Hey, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Nicholas Orsi here at the Bowling Plaza at South Point Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas for ABT's $40,000 main event championship for our 40th anniversary. What we're showing to you now is our Pro ABT Team Challenge. Our four professionals this evening are Hall of Famer Randy Peterson, Liz Johnson, Wes Smollett, and Leanne Holzenberg. We did a draft of our top 12 qualifiers for this side event with our ABT players, and each pro had a chance to draft whoever they liked, and our bowlers had their handicaps on little placards in front so that the professionals could see how much handicap they got and tried to base their decision on that. So on lanes 49 and 50 here, Team Peterson, we'll call him. We have Lazaro Palma out of Texas, Will Druk out of Utah, Lamar Richardson from Bermuda will make up Randy Peterson's team. On 51 and 52 with Team Johnson, Liz Johnson, she has Victor Mendoza from Southern Cal, Gideon Spar from Colorado, John Pfeffer from Southern Cal. So that pretty much a Southern Cal team except for Gideon. On 55 and 56, Team Malott, Wes Smollett's team. You got Steve Villanueva from Las Vegas. We'll start off one of the top amateur players in the area. Jerry Martinez, and Jerry's from the Bay Area. Floyd Toro from San Diego, Southern California. And obviously Wes Smollett being the team captain. Our fourth and final team will be Team Holzenberg, Leanne Holzenberg. And she has Samson Ibaye from Washington, Tom Feller from Florida, Pops Miguel also from Southern California, and our anchor bowler there, Leanne Holzenberg. Oh.
Thanks, Bill. I have no idea what to say. Except he wanted me to kill 2 minutes. No idea what. Last how's your team looking on it? Captain, I mean, don't walk. You only have to wait 20 years. That's okay. How's your team looking?
Oh.
I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Are you going to be low man?
And unfortunately, they decided to set up in our hole.
Say again?
We don't see them.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So you're thinking maybe third highest on your team. That means Leanne, we're in trouble. Leanne, we're in trouble on your team. Where are you guys playing? Hello. Good luck to you guys. My team, I think they're confused because they watched me for 15 minutes of practice and saw my ball all over the place. So Liz, Bill's already penciled you as the winner, so you're going to defend your title successfully. What say you?
Yeah, so we're just going to do our best. It looks good out there, and hopefully pull our frames and get some strikes out there as well.
Well, you know, this is Vegas, and I think there's a line down in the sports book. I think my team's going off at 101. But if you guys want some side action, all right. Yeah. Hey, good luck, everybody. Folks, thanks for coming out and watching, and please, no heckling.
Thank you, Randy. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get them off to a real nice round of applause to get this thing out of the way.
All right, folks, here we go. This is our team challenge. These four teams are actually bowling for $1,000 a man. On lane 49, we have Will Druk out of Utah, Victor Mendoza out of Southern California. Steve Villanueva, hometown boy, right here in Las Vegas. And Samson Ibaye from Washington. So nobody gets a strike in the first ball. Will Druk with a 10-pin. Unfortunately, Victor left a 4-6 split. Oh, Stevie makes his spare the hard way, of course. Sampson makes his spare. So it looks like the only one that's going to have an open, frame number 1, Victor Mendoza on Liz Johnson's team. We'll pretty much let you watch. I'll give you the handicaps if you're going to score at home. Randy Peterson's team has a total of 59 pins handicap. Liz Johnson's team gets 86. Wes Malott only 37. And Leanne Holzenberg, her team gets 112 pins. Liz Johnson is our defending champion. The last time we ran this event, we were at Samstown. And she absolutely crushed everybody. Very, very, very good player.
Will's got a nice shot.
Oh, bad shot by Randy. He was inside, leaves 3-6-10. Liz Johnson left a 10-pin. And now down here on 55 through 58, you're going to get your first look at Wes Malott coming up on lane 55. Ooh. Wow. 3, 4, 6, 7, 10. Randy makes his spare. And now Leanne Holzenberg at lane 57. Ooh, comes up late. Washout. 1, 2, 4, 10. So even the pros a little bit nervous, a little bit fishing just a little. Ooh, great try by Wes Malott. Almost converted that split. And Leanne trying to get her washout. Nope, so she's open. So we got 2 opens, 2 spares for our pros. Yep. Yeah, Gideon's on a nice roll here, Scott.
Gideon's doing really well.
Yeah.
So is Lizard Palma.
Yep.
Lizard had the front 4. I'm not sure I understand the scoring. If they have an open, it's counted as 0?
Yes.
So it's mark or nothing.
Well, in this form, this is called the USBC format. It just shows you types of finishing marks. So spare, strike, or open. And then the tabulated score is out at the end of the line with their handicap.
So if they get 9 and with an open,
This
the
is
9
gonna be
pins
the-
are still counted?
Yeah, and you're just going to see
It just displays the
right, correct.
I got you. That was my confusion. I wasn't
Yeah.
sure if the pins were still counted or not.
You don't get the spare, you get nothing.
Well,
No.
that could be one of the rules, and if you know that going in,
Yeah, oh yeah. Boy, Wes is struggling all of a sudden. Open, strike, spare, open. Meanwhile, Leanne seemed to find it. She had to open in frame 1 and then through the next 3. Right now, Randy's grinding with spare strikes, 2 spares. Actually, one of our few scratch players in the club, Steve Villanueva, really struggling all of a sudden. And Liz just can't get any carry. Oh, it did fall. Just as it comes out of my mouth, she gets a break. Ooh.
now does the ABT ever do scratch tournaments?
We at one time we had an upper echelon tour called the PBT, which had very limited handicap, and it just didn't go over well. So no, at this point we do not.
I don't want to. They need to be a little cryptic here, but I've heard rumors that Colorado could be in need of a new scratch tour.
Unfortunately, that's from what I hear also, and unfortunately, it doesn't seem like the senior tour is doing that well either. Colorado. Rocky Mountain Seniors, I mean. And they bowl once a month.
Now the high schoolers, on the other hand, Victor's done a great job since taking over with that.
Yeah.
They seem to be flourishing down in the Springs, and I realize that it's odd to hear us talk about Colorado when we're in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
But folks, you need to understand that that's where we're based.
That's where we're most familiar. Ooh, John Pfeffer. Ooh, he tried the hard way.
I thought he was going to go over the foul line. He had a little too
It was
much momentum
close,
going.
yeah. His footwork was a little funky. Oh, Randy Peterson with the Greek Church. Not good. Wes Malott, just tremendous player. He's got to get untracked here.
There must be something about being on mic that causes you to cough, because I haven't coughed all day. I put the headset on.
Randy must be contagious.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was a good try.
That's his first open of this game so far.
Yes.
Not a lot of opens on that team.
No.
However, it looks like Leanne's team is winning that category with only 1.
And she gets the most handicap.
Does she?
Well, that team gets the most handicap. So right now they're the front runner. Even with Pops Miguel struggling, they're still doing quite well. Randy Toro on Team Malott. Unfortunately, he's got 2 opens. I take that back, just 1 first frame. Jerry Martinez is just grinding along, marks every frame. But Wes has to get untracked, and Randy and Liz, Leanne's got to figure it out early. Ooh. 4-6-7 for Lazaro Palma. Oops, almost the exact same ball speed and leave. Leanne Holzenberg leaves 4-6-7. This is a tricky pattern, even for our professionals.
Well, the disadvantage the pros have is that they're not multi-game warmed up.
No,
They haven't been bowling all day.
no, they're out here having fun, signing autographs, talking to our players, and giving them tips when they can.
And the ABT members that are out there, they've got arms and shoulders of steel. They've been at it for 4 days now.
Really. There comes West. Finally got his first double.
Oh, Randy knocks a 7-pin.
Oh,
It wibbles.
wow.
It wobbles, but it doesn't go down.
Major gift there. That was light. He was lucky just to leave the 7. Liz Johnson, real high. 3-6-9. And Stevie Villanueva, nope, never got there. A little bit too much speed, almost backdoors to 1-3-6. Leaves a head pin. Randy makes his 7. Yeah, but right now, a lot of grinding. Had some early strings going, and they've calmed down. And the people that were struggling early seem to have found it a little bit. So, again, Leanne Holzenberg's team's got to be the favorite. Les Malotte's team has the fewest amount of handicap, and Leanne has the most at 112. Les Malotte's team again at 37.
These scores that we're seeing, 517, 501, 396, 444, cumulative so far.
Correct.
But scratch?
Hard for me to say that because I haven't seen this format. I know that the individual's line across is with handicap. Ooh, Tom Fowler is first open. I'm going to have to look at this when it's over, Scott, to see whether the individual players' lines are scratch or if their handicaps included, and the same with the team totals at the bottom.
Okay.
Nice shot by Gideon. Wes is just an animal. He's peeling the ball off the ditch. And this is supposed to, this shot is supposed to be just about unplayable outside of 10 for right-handers. He's making it look like a house shot. Not overpowering it. Even though he's got 2 split opens, he's got a 3-bagger going into the 8th frame. All right. Steve Villanueva's got the right lane figured out, but he's having all kinds of trouble with the left. And after 2 consecutive splits, Leanne gets back on the board with a spare. Liz playing real tight. Still 3-6-10. Floyd Toro, high strike gives him a 3-bagger.
So folks are asking me if I'm going to go live again tonight.
Oh, for the thing we were discussing.
Well, just in
That's
general, because I guess folks enjoyed my little midnight rant last night.
You could be the next Cooper Anderson.
Oh,
Do your nightly rant.
I'd be more like Jack, or not Jack Black, but oh crap, I can picture his name. It's something Black, but it's Lewis Black.
Okay.
Lewis Black, where he's just always angry all the time. And he's, oh, yeah, I could do well with that.
Wow. Tom Feller. I don't know how he carried that, but he did. He'll take it. Ooh. Went through the face on that lane way back in the fourth frame, and Wes Malott leaves the 3, 4, 6, 7. And again, it is makeable. Not Gideon through the face, leaves the 2, 4, 7.
You know, just when I thought South Point couldn't get any cooler, I'm walking through the casino, and I discover a world-class streaming studio right in the middle of the casino floor.
Yeah, you're right. Right next to the sports book.
They got a brand new world-class glass studio built
Yep.
for Brett Muskenberger.
Brett Musburger, yes.
Right in the middle, and he goes live every day talking about sportsbook.
Yep.
And I want a job with that. Okay, I want to work there because that has got to be just the best. Do sportsbook, then walk 100 feet and place a bet.
There you go. Yeah, but I think Brett's earned that over the years.
Yeah, hey, but he might need a producer.
Yeah, good.
I don't want his job. I want,
Really?
yeah, I've been told many times I have a face for radio and a voice for shutting the hell up. That's why I don't go on air much.
Got a couple disappointing scores early here in game one for some of the players that you think would be doing a little bit better. But again, only one game.
Lazaro, however, is having a good game. He's double in the 10th, but that's his 7th strike. And Floyd Toro has a great release. I mean, I don't even hear the ball hit the deck at all.
Yeah, Floyd from Southern California, San Diego area.
Liz had some pin action there, but not what she was hoping for. She left a
Couldn't
7
kick that
pin.
7 again, yeah. Yeah, Lazaro Palma started with the front 4, ends with the last 3. But with a couple, with a split and an open in there, shoots, I think, what is that, 196 for Lazaro?
Yes.
Will Druk struggled toward the end there, 3 count on a spare for $160. Ooh, close.
Victor had some power behind that, but just not able to bring them all down. He ends up with 184 for game 1. Gideon's only got 1 open thus far. Oh, I take that back. There's a second in the 9th.
Yep. Bad frame to get an open. Comes up light, leaves 3-9. Ooh.
Oh, Lamar chopped that.
Yep. Lamar chopped the 3 off the 6.
He's going to end up with 181. So Team Peterson is just down to their captain now.
Oh, hooked away too much.
Oh,
Gideon Spar, he goes open for a disappointing, I believe that's 192. Oh, Randy carries one.
192, yes.
Okay. Nope, not going to get there, John. Ooh, Randy comes up late. Steve Villanueva carries a high hit, but unfortunately only shoots, what is that, 162?
162,
Wow,
yeah.
very disappointing start for Steve. Samson Abaye, on the other hand,
Ends up
shoots
with-
a clean 224
Yeah.
for Team Holzenberg. And he's going to have to, they're still struggling only because Frank Pops Miguel started out with the first 4 opens really, really struggling. He's barely going to get into the 120s.
John Pfeiffer was unable to rein in that sleeper
and
back there.
Randy Peterson flags a 2.
John's going to end up with 161.
So go ahead and give me those scores for Team Peterson.
From down, top to
Yep,
bottom,
yep.
160, 196, 181, and 183.
160. 196.
Yep,
181.
yep,
193.
83.
83. Ooh.
Team Johnson has the captain yet to go. She's got 2 more throws. And the other 2 teams still have a couple players left. Victor ended up with 184 on Team Johnson. Gideon with 192. And John Pfeiffer with 161. Team captain Liz doubles up in the 10th. She's currently at 187, but she has 1 throw to go. And I'm not good at bowling math, so I'm not even going to try that.
197 with a strike. And that's not bad for, well, she just had the one open in frame 2. So pretty solid game. Good ball, Jerry Martinez. Now he's got the last 4. And Liz on a mixer just leaves a 7.
She got lucky with that 6-pin.
So what did she have?
196.
196 for Liz Johnson.
On Team Malott, excuse me, Steve, boy, I can't, I'm just going to say Steven. 162. Floyd Toro ends up with 210. Jerry Martinez has got a strike going into the 10th. This is his 2nd throw, and he gets 8. So he's going to try to pick up his spare here to get him up to 228. And Malott still has to throw, as does team captain Leanne Holzenberg, I believe.
Yep. And, can't get out to 9. Bad break there.
But thus far on her team, Samson Ibel,
Ibaye.
yeah, what he
He
said.
chops. Jerry Martinez. Well, I was only on a count. That's not bad. So on Team Malott, what do we got there? 162?
162. Floyd's at 210. Jerry at 219. And team captain yet to go.
And the other team, we had 224. Ooh, 24810. Hung the ball out a little too much. So on the other team, we got Samson with 224. Tom Fowler, what did he have? 190 what?
195.
Okay.
And then Frank with 105.
Yeah, that was a shame. Really, really struggled.
And the team captain, Leanne, ends up with a 176
Ow.
after picking up her spare. Or, I'm sorry, leaving an open. She gets 8 in her final throw. Wes is able to pick up his spare. He's got 1 shot left to go, and then game 1 is in the books. I guess they're not going to move because
Yeah,
Lamar is.
they're going to stay right where they were. So they're not moving at all.
Will gets 9 in his first frame. Lazaro and Lamar both strike. And team captain Wes Malott ends up with a 178 after a spare and strike in the 10th. So their game 1 is concluded.
So what do they have? 769? Is that what that says?
Correct.
And that is scratch.
That is scratch. Okay.
So,
We don't know handicaps yet.
well, I know the totals. So after game 1, Wes Malott's team is at 806. Randy Peterson's team is at 779. Liz Johnson is at 819. And Leanne Holzenberg at 812. So actually it's very close, Scott.
Liz Johnson in the lead currently, but Leanne is right behind her.
7-pin difference.
And then
Last
another
place.
6 behind is Wes.
Yeah, Randy Peterson's team unfortunately is at the bottom.
Well, they're
And
leading the scratch
he needs
side, but not
10.
the handicap.
Yes.
Calling the final squad of the evening into
That'll
play.
be the last squad of the evening block for qualifying for the main event.
Just
Boy,
leaves folks
Stevie.
one opportunity in the morning. 2 opportunities in the morning.
No,
if I'm
actually,
correct.
this is Friday, right?
This
Or
is
this
Saturday.
2 in the morning. See, we're in Vegas. I don't even know
I know.
what day it is.
There's no windows. We can't tell if the sun's
Really?
up or down.
Yeah. We really don't know what the temperature is because here it's like 60 degrees
Yeah.
inside.
And like 85 out.
Yeah. Actually, they're having beautiful weather, which you would expect.
I had an opportunity to go out and explore a little bit today, and I chose to take a nap.
Well, it's because you only had 3 hours sleep. It's not that you were gambling, you were working. Your dedication.
I don't think I got 3 hours sleep last night.
Ooh, Gideon Spar got lucky, just left a 3.
It was worth it, though. For the most part, those wireless transmitters worked, and we were
Yeah.
able to get action from the other half.
Excellent. So Liz open, Randy open. This is first frame of game 2. Leanne struck. And as soon as Jerry throws his shot here on 56, Wes Malott will complete frame 1 of game 2. Yeah, we have in our live chat, a gentleman asked, is the gentleman with the short bowler with the long braided hair a 2-finger bowler? Yes. Yes, he is. And that's Floyd Toro.
Who had a great game 1.
Yeah, 210. All right, Wes Malott, frame 1. Nope. Got it out way too far. Just lucky to leave the 1-2. If he misses a little right, he's getting hang, even though he's playing pretty much up to twig. See if Pops Miguel can get it going. Good for him. He went from 105, the poor guy. He's now got a double leading off game 2. So he's on a mission to help his team get back in this. Again, Liz Johnson's team after 1 game is only up by 7 pins. And there's some money on the line here, so.
It's always fun when you get some non-bowlers coming in to watch.
Hey, we want viewer interest. That's fine.
That's why they built the seats.
That's a fact. And in our live chat, same gentleman had asked about Floyd Toro, said, mad respect for Floyd. I bowl the same way. And that's becoming more and more popular, a thumbless delivery. That and the, obviously, the two-handed release.
That's just weird. Now, I'm not saying that because I think there's anything wrong with it at all, because there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just weird. And I wonder if it would be as popular approach as it is today if it wasn't for a certain Aussie gentleman.
Well, you got to remember when Jason Belmonte, he grew up in a bowling center, and when he wanted to bowl, of course, being very, very young, the only way he could get to the foul line and release the ball because of his height and strength at the time was to throw two-handed.
When the ball weighed a third,
Probably. Yeah, so he that's the way he learned, and he's always bowled that way. And, of course, he's perfected it to an incredible degree. But, yeah, Jason Belmonte out of Australia really brought the two-handed delivery into play, especially here in the U.S. with all the bowlers following the tour.
Oh.
Unfortunately, Jerry Martinez, flagged the 10. And pops after a double left 5-count washout. That's not going to help. And got 3.
Well, I don't want to name names per se, not because there's anything wrong, but we have a bowler back in Colorado who is a two-handed bowler and was actually able to go to college on a full scholarship, recruited by a coach who was trying to put together a nothing but two-handed team.
And who would that be?
Noah.
Oh, Noah Gallegos. Yeah, you're right. Forgot all about that. Yeah, you're right. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, he just graduated. He's now back home, but he went to a nice school outside of St. Louis on a bowling scholarship and was recruited specifically because he's a two-handed thrower.
Nice shot by Liz Johnson. Hopefully she's got a line now. Because when she gets lined up, she can strike for days. Trust me, folks.
I just can't help but wonder with these pros what the warm-up factor is. I mean, how many games have they thrown? This is still got to be in their warm-up.
Yeah, realistically, when they're on tour, it's not unusual, I would say, for them to throw 120, 160 games a week.
Yeah, I was going to say 100, but it's as much as 160.
Yeah, and now, of course, the pros have been here for a couple of days, but they really haven't done any practicing per se. They've been basically giving tips and signing autographs and highlighting the newer equipment that's out on the market.
Well, we say this, but in all fairness, we don't know if they went upstairs. Yeah, I doubt it.
Oh, to the bowling center?
To the bowling center?
I don't think so. Nah.
No, they'd want to show off here.
Well, and it's not like they could get any private time per se, because, of course, with all the open play that goes on in South Point's Bowling Center, they would be inundated for requests of autographs and such, and pictures, and
that's an even bigger 24/7.
Oh, please,
complex.
Yeah, this is a 60-lane facility, and the Bowling Center is a 64-lane facility. So the cool part about what you're seeing up there, Scott, and folks at home, the numbers under the overheads, I don't know if you can actually get a good shot at it, but it's giving the scratch totals for the teams, and they're going to do it from left to right, game 1, 2, and 3, and an overall total. So all we have to do then basically is plug in the handicap to give you the finishers, which make it pretty easy.
And as the pattern we saw with Game 1, Team Peterson is in the lead scratch-wise, but they have the least amount of handicap.
Yeah, well, they're actually Wes Malot's team is actually gets the least amount of handicap. Randy Peterson's team's second, but yeah, they have to get going. And speaking of getting going, I think Liz has finally found a comfortable line, and she's happy with open spare double start game 2.
You got to love the camaraderie where they start picking on each other.
Oh, yeah. A lot of fun. A lot of trash talking, but it's all in good fun. Ooh, that was almost a chop by Leanne Holzenberg. Strike spare, open spare. Wes Malott with spare double. Liz would open spare double, and Randy open 2 spares and a strike. So he's got to get it going. Nice shot by Steve Villanueva for Team Malott. we get a chat from Sean Jones that says, "Stop making excuses for the pros. It's hard no matter what." Well, you're absolutely correct, Sean, especially on these sport patterns. And the other reason that they're hard is because with the amateurs are playing on these. Well, they had basically one set of our doubles event, which had 5 on a pair, but on these sport patterns, they're going to break down depending on how you throw on them. So literally, each lane could be different. And they have to read that and be able to make the adjustment. And you're absolutely correct that it's not easy. The only difference between the pros and the amateurs realistically is, yeah, it's tough, but they're going to get it figured out a whole lot faster than us lowly amateurs will, that's for sure. Let's see if Liz can keep it going here on lane 52. That's close. Ooh, nice and high, but leaves the 4. That was a good shot. And Sean responded by saying, for sure, traffic is a factor, but pressure will always be in play. And, everybody handles pressure differently. Some you can see by watching them, and others you can, obviously. But I would think that the pressure right now, though, is actually for the amateurs, because, like I said, the winners are going to get $1,000 each, first place. The pros obviously don't get any, but they're out here for the enjoyment and helping the amateurs make some money and have a good time. And Victor Mendoza gets a love tap on the 10, gets a 3-bagger, so he's got it going a little bit here. And actually, Sean, some of the guys and gals actually thrive on pressure. I used to get I had the most tremendous respect for Pete Weber. It seemed like the bigger the event and the bigger the prize money, the better he played. His focus just got to be incredible. And if you remember some time ago on the championship match, he was using 2 different balls, playing 2 different lines. The right lane, he was going up like 1 or 2, and on the left lane, he was playing like 18, and he shot 299. And with a lot of money on the line, you can't imagine how tough that was. And also, you can imagine now how good Pete Weber really is.
From what I've heard about him, though, he's a bit of a terror when it comes to announcers. I've heard that he threw a ball at one once.
Oh, I have no idea. It was probably at Randy.
We've had a few guest announcers in the past where comments have come up and said, "Can you imagine this guy calling a game for Pete Weber?"
Gideon didn't quite get up to the pocket. Leaves a 1-3-6.
He's been struggling a little bit this game.
Yes. Ooh, there's a major break for Lamar Richardson. That gives him a 3-bagger. Will Druk struggling all of a sudden. He went open, strike spare, open, spare. So Will has got to get it back together. And Jerry Martinez, little crossover for a double. Oh, Randy liked that one right off his hand. Leanna mixer for a strike. Gives her a double.
Gideon's able to pick up his spare in the 8th.
And Wes Malott, he went back inside. He didn't like that look. It kept pushing and pushing. Ball was going longer and longer, and he moved inside. And he got a real good look on that shot. So I think that's where you're going to see Wes for the majority of this game, unless, again, they change, and he's going to have to make that adjustment.
Well, Steven makes an adjustment that seems to work for him in the 6th.
Well, I laugh at Steve. I tell him I think he grew up here. When they were building the stadium, I think he was sneaking in and practicing because, again, he's a local kid, but he's got a lot of talent and absolutely loves bowling in the stadium.
Well, the Las Vegas branch of the ABT, when they have their events, they have them here, don't they?
Well, they...
this is one of the rotation spots.
It is one of the rotation spots, but believe it or not, this the local branch, when they had a re-grand opening, they allowed Michael Monyak, Director of Bowling Operations, they allowed them to use the stadium for their event, which I thought was pretty cool. And again, you got to understand that South Point's Bowling Center, their open play is tremendous.
Yeah,
absolutely. So they're not going to. They don't want to offend the regulars when they got a facility here that they could have all to themselves. But that was a good move on Michael's part. All right, Liz Johnson gets another double, so she's starting to rock and roll.
Well, I walked through the center upstairs at midnight a couple nights ago, and
it's packed.
It was packed.
Yeah. They run a special. I believe it's either 11 o'clock or midnight, and within a short time, 64 lanes are full with open play. It's unbelievable.
And if you've got this sitting here, if they didn't let them come in, it's just going to sit empty.
Right. Absolutely right. Yeah.
So in some ways, what does it hurt to have them here?
No, it's great. All right, our last qualifying squad's going on behind us for our current block.
One of the viewers just told me that lane 50, the machines did something weird. It was supposed to reseat the 6-pin, but I'm not sure on what frame. It was being yelled at.
Nice shot. Gideon Spar.
So I'm not sure what Philip
Makes
was
a
trying to say.
6-7-10. I didn't catch it. Ooh.
And folks, if you're having trouble with the noise, the 30 lanes behind us just erupted with life.
Yeah, I told him it was our practice for our final squad of our current night block.
And it's packed.
Oh yeah, sure. Like I said, there's only 2 more squads tomorrow, 9 and 11, and then the field will be set for our main event, $40,000 first place singles. Got a good crowd watching the pros and the ABT players compete in a team shootout here on the high side. Everybody's got their favorites.
John Pfeiffer chops off the lead pin there to leave an open. He's been struggling with this game. Spare in the first, strike in the fifth.
And that's it. Yep.
And that's it.
Yep. John Pfeffer getting some advice from Liz at this point, because it's unusual for John to have that many opens. Again, it's a tough pattern, folks. It's not easy. It'll change, and you can get lost really quick. If you make an adjustment, it's a wrong one, you start backpedaling, you're in trouble. Ooh, there's a mixer by Liz Johnson. Gives her a 3-bagger. So after that split open in frame 1, she goes spare double, spare 3-bagger.
Well, we have another question from the chat room. Is how many games are in this round of bowling, and do you know how much money is on the line for the win?
Well, again, in this pro team challenge, the 3 amateurs on the winning team will each receive $1,000. And then I believe it's just a step below each round. It might be $750 for a man for second, and maybe $500 a man for third, $200 a man for fourth. Now on the other side, our qualifiers, we're going to have close to probably 150 or more semifinalists competing for $40,000 tomorrow afternoon into the evening.
150 semifinalists tomorrow?
Yeah, or more.
Wow.
And that'll be a 3-gamer, no carryover of pins. So they all start with their handicaps, both 3 games, and then we'll do what's called an eliminator final. 25% of that semi-field will go into an eliminator final. So, for example, if we have 100, say we have 100 and, if we have the 150, you're going to have about 37, 38 bowlers go into the eliminator final, which means they're all going to bowl 1 game. We'll cut the field in half. We'll bowl another game, cut the field in half until we get to the top 4 players. And then they'll throw 2 games each on the same pair of lanes, and total pins with handicap will win. And it's conceivable we could have co-champions because there won't be a roll-off. So,
and it's not match play, it's just pin count.
Absolutely, correct.
So while you may be bowling with someone, you're not really competing against them directly.
Not directly, correct. And we do have different formats. We like to change it up from time to time, but this eliminator format that we've used now for probably the last 2 years here at our national events have gone over very well. I've also done it on a regional level in the Denver area for $10,000 regionals. We've had
we did that just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we did a couple weeks ago, and 4 bowlers, 2 games with their handicaps, and it got, I think it was 9 pins separated 4 bowlers. You can't get much closer than that. Everybody had a legitimate chance to win going into the last couple frames. That was pretty tense. So again, even in our qualifier in this format, it's 3 games, 3 squads in each block. So we actually do 2 cuts a day. The nice thing is if you come in, like say on a Tuesday or Wednesday and make the cut for the big event, you're in. So you can bowl all the side stuff, relax, practice a little bit, or have a good time, go out and see some sights. And then all the fun starts Sunday. And just think about it, if it's $40,000 for first, with all the bonuses, $10,000 second, $5,000 for third, all the way down, with a load of cash somewhere between $150 and $180. That's one tremendous purse for an amateur event.
That's a tremendous purse, period.
Yeah.
Because I've seen some non-amateur events that didn't pay out that much. Another question came in as to why are the pros bowling in this amateur event?
Just for fun. Randy Peterson is our spokesman for the Amateur Bowlers Tour. Randy also does the color commentary for the PBA. Brings his friends with him. Wes Malott, of course, good buddy of his, and also the ladies. We have Leanne Holzenberg and Liz Johnson. And we've had different pros at different times come in, and our players, they want to see them. They want to pick their brain, want to bowl with them when they get the opportunity to do so, and they're more than gracious to come out and have a little fun with us. So always a pleasure.
Are any of the pros local?
That's a very good question.
It makes it a lot easier if we don't have to go across town.
Yeah, Randy Peterson now living in North Carolina, Wes Malott out of Texas, and I just don't know. Liz, I believe, is from New York, and Leanne, I'm guessing would be Oklahoma, but none of them live here full time. Actually, the only local player is Steve Villanueva, our amateur.
Really? Well, some of the California guys are only a couple hours from home.
Yeah, and yeah, when you could drive here, which is a little bit of an advantage because you can get up here and back, and you don't have to take any time off from work if you can come in like late Friday night, bowl Saturday. If you make it, stay through Sunday, and 3 to 4 hours later, you're home. Pretty good deal.
Yeah, that would be nice.
All right, we're wrapping up game number 2 here. Randy Peterson's team for game 2, other than Lamar Richardson's 224 and Lazaro Palma with 2-0.
206.
The other 2 players, poor Will Druk at 149. Randy was at 82 or 92?
182.
So they shoot 720 game 1, but 771 game 2. And with their 59 pins of handicap, shoot 830. And Liz Johnson's team will probably finish next. John Pfeffer really struggled there. Their third player in game 2, only shooting 130, 135. Oh, look at this break. Oh, man. Liz Johnson comes up late, gets tremendous mix for a double in the 10th. She's going to shoot 226. All right, Liz is going to finish up game 2 here. Again, comes up late. Leaves the bucket, 2-4-5-8. And she'll shoot 222, giving her team a little bit lower than game 1. They have 711 this game. But with their 86 pins, they shoot 797. So right now, Randy Peterson's team, they made up some ground in game 2, shooting 830 with handicap. So Liz Johnson's team 18-16 through 2 games. Randy Peterson's Oh, I'm sorry, 16-16 for 2 games for Liz. And 16-09 for Randy Peterson. And then our last 2 teams, 55 through 60, just starting their 10th frame of game number 2. All right, Steve Villanueva. Looks like 189 or 190, Scott. I can't see that. Up top.
Oh, it looks like 188.
188, okay. Leanne Holzenberg's team shoots a little better in game 2, 7-13 scratch, and 8-25 with handicap. So right now they're at 16-37, and they're leading, depending on what Wes Malot's team does here, finishing up game 2.
Well, the chat room has corrected us that Leanne is from Utah.
Okay, very good.
So it's kind of local.
Yeah, she grew up in Oklahoma, obviously, and but I didn't realize, I honestly didn't know where she lived. But yeah, Utah, she might be, maybe 4 hours away, depending on where.
St. George is like 2.5.
Yeah.
And it seems to be that everyone in Utah either lives in the St. George area or in Salt Lake City area.
Yeah. Wow. Floyd Toro, big 4, but it was on his fill ball. Is that 185 or 165?
65.
165 for Floyd. See if Jerry Martinez can help his team here in the 10th frame. Oh, wow, kicked out the big 4, only left a 4-pin. Very lucky break for Jerry Martinez.
That was really nice of the lady. A lady is sitting right in front of us. Mistakenly thought that the camera was pointed towards her, so she ducked down behind a camera that's
Pretty low to start with.
Well, pretty low to start with, but also pointing the other way.
Yeah.
She was walking behind it. She didn't have to duck at all.
Yeah, it was fun.
And the look on her face when she realized that was priceless.
Yeah. All right, Jerry Martinez with a nice 204 for Team Malott. And Wes is going to try to finish strong here and get close. Again, they were 3rd after game 1. Ooh, up a little high, leaves 4-7.
On the left side of your screen, Team Johnson and Team Peterson have already started game 3. And we just saw John Pfeffer chop off his spare attempt.
Poor John. Yeah.
It just,
the
last
bad luck
second,
continues, yeah.
Yeah, it completely took a left turn and just.
Sure. It can do that.
And Gideon is on his way to get a different ball bag. He's rolling in something.
Yep. Well, the bowlers bring a lot of different stuff, depending on the weight block, the shell, whether it's polished up a little bit, whether it's pin up, pin down.
I just can't believe they get these things on airplanes. They show up with 20 balls.
The bag that you saw Gideon wheel in is basically a bare bones 3-ball bag with a plastic cover on the top, but they were designed specifically for airplanes. If you have 3 16-pound balls with that bag, it meets the 50-pound requirement and you don't have to pay extra.
Really?
So if you've got 315s, you even got a little bit of leeway.
Okay.
So 45 pounds plus the actual weight of the bag, so you're
Which
safe.
is probably like 2 pounds.
But they were designed with that in mind, so a very smart move on the manufacturer's part. And then some of the guys, especially if they're flying in and don't want to drag all that stuff on a plane, if you're close enough, some of the bowlers will drive in and they'll gladly take their equipment, and the guys in for the ability for them doing that for them, they'll kick in for gas and expenses and make it worth their while to take their equipment out for them. So it's pretty cool. Bowlers look out for each other.
I actually thought about that, to be honest. I thought about renting a van and reaching out to a bunch of bowlers and trying to fill the van half with video equipment and the other half with bowling balls.
Yeah.
And figure, use that to kind of help fund the road expenses type of thing.
Sure.
But then I realized that I didn't want to go down the side of the Rocky Mountains with an extra 2,000 pounds of bowling balls.
Well, right now, after 2 games, Scott, Team Holzenberg, 16-37 with the handicap.
They hang on to the lead. They were leading after game 1.
No, actually, Liz Johnson's team was leading by 7 pins.
Oh,
but,
okay. My bad.
With that nice second game, they've actually overtaken Liz's team. Liz at 16-16. Randy Peterson's team at 16-09. And Wes Malot's team at 16-12. They are all very, very close. Anybody can win this.
Flagging 10 pins seems to be the theme of this frame. A couple bowlers were doing it. And Jerry Martinez chops off that spare attempt, leaving a 10 pin.
Yeah, the pressure is going to start to get a little bit more on the amateurs' minds as we get through. They can see the totals up there, and they know what the handicap differences are, so all eyes are on the big boards.
Well, it's also about the time they start thinking about the checkbook.
That's exactly right, yeah. Ooh. Couldn't quite get the shape for Liz Johnson. Leaves a 10 again.
Oh, pin action rolled up to the 10 pin for Lamar, but it just stopped. Didn't bring it down.
Not quite, yep.
He's been hot the last 2 games. Let's
He's
see if
throwing the
that
ball very well.
that trend continues here.
Yeah. Ooh, nice shot by Sampson on lane 58. Lefty, but couldn't carry to 7. So it seems like, yeah, everybody's got the corners are eating them up. Good ball by Steve Villanueva for a double right out of the gate. And Wes could use his help because Steve's actually had 2 games under his average. I think he shot 162 the first game and 188 game 2. Randy Peterson with 2 spares. Nice shot by Lazaro Palma. Those spare double, giving Randy a help. And Mr. Toro with a double. So here comes Team Malott. First 2 bowlers with doubles. Jerry Martinez trying to get back on the close of frame here. He left a split in the first frame. Randy Peterson gets a strike. Ooh, and Victor Mendoza can't quite get out to 310. Ball slid past the 3 pin. Jerry Martinez on lane 56 crosses over for a strike. He'll take it. I would too. I don't care. Let's see if Wes Actually, if West doesn't strike, his team's going to hang him in frame 2, which would be pretty impressive. Oh, by the way, Les, the bar's over there. Let's see what happens. Yeah, right, like he's going to buy. All right, so they all strike in frame number 2. That's a good sign. Liz just can't seem to get it going. She's fishing, but she's making her spares, but can't really put anything together. Ooh, and Leanne with the Greek Church. After a strike in frame 1, that's going to hurt. Randy Peterson with a double. Ooh, good shot by Steve Villanueva. A little high, leaves a 6. Leanne gets 3, which is smart play on a strike. Get as much count as you can, especially as close as this is. And her team with a slight lead here. Nice shot by Gideon Spar. Oh, Floyd Toro got lucky. He looked like he was going to leave the big 4, went through the face. Just leaves the 6-10. And Sampson going for his 6-pin, makes it no problem. Ooh, almost chopped the 6 off the 10, but he made it. Our 2 teams on the left here, Scott, are flying.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely flying. All right, John Pfeffer with a strike. Nice to see him get back in it.
Well, Leanne's team actually sat and waited for Wes's team to finish that second game.
Oh, that was nice of them. Keep the pace relatively the same. That's good.
So they could be on par, if you will, with frame-wise,
Sure.
with the guys all the way to the left, but they just kind of chilled out for a minute.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. There's no time constraint. Will Druk crosses over, gets his first strike after 5 consecutive spares. Great shot by Liz Johnson. Telling you, Scott, this is going to be tough. It's going to be close. The way these players are attacking the lane now. Ooh, Gideon Spar. Spare open 3-bagger. Wes Malott, spare double. Randy getting deeper and deeper, but he's got a great look. 2 spares and now a 3-bagger. He's playing almost a fallback shot. Got a good look in there. Ball faces up real nice. Unfortunately, Leanne Holzenberg, big 4. So she went strike, Greek Church, big 4. First 3 frames of game 3. Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, Steve Villanueva was inside, leaves 4, 6, 10.
He just sliced right through there.
Yeah, he sure did. Ooh. Victor Mendoza, 3, 6, 7, 10. Yeah, Will Druk crosses over again, but this time leaves 5, 9. But he's closing frames, and that's really what Captain Randy Peterson's looking for. Basically, you get the spares, I'll get the strikes, and things will be good.
Mm-hmm. Not that Lazario's not helping out with that strike department, too.
Absolutely. All right, good shot by Floyd Toro there. Ooh, Sampson makes it tough when he made the fence. 1, 3, 6, 10. Liz Johnson. Yep. Got in a little bit deeper. Got a good look, kind of like Randy's. And she gets a double here in frame 5. Omar Richardson with a spare for Team Peterson. And here comes Randy for frame number 6, working on a 3-bagger. Gideon Spar is lined up, ladies and gentlemen. Gideon out of Lakewood, Colorado. Spare, open 4-bagger. Randy Peterson, always a good shot. High flush, but fast stayed 4-7. Wes Malott, ooh, can't get the 7 out. And he was on a double. Nice ball, John Pfeffer. Very good. Gideon appreciates the help. As does Liz Johnson, I'm sure. Let's see if she can keep that string going. She's working on a double. Pops Miguel, unfortunately, flags the 3-pin inside. Nice shot by Victor Mendoza for Team Johnson.
Pops doesn't look quite old enough to have the nickname Pops.
Yeah, I know. Took the words out of my mouth. But unfortunately, Pops is struggling. Great shot, Steve Villanueva. There's Liz Johnson. Great shot. 3 spares, 3 strikes.
Leanne finds her strike again.
Good. She needs to. Good break there for Will Droop. Just leaves a 1-2. And Floyd Toro going to cross over and carries. Gives him a double. That's really going to help Wes Malotstein. Oh, and Gideon Spar.
Gideon was
absolutely
robbed.
Crushes the pocket. Stone 9 on a 4-bagger. Wow. Yeah, even Liz is going, yeah, right. We needed that. That was a great shot. There's not much you can do about that. A great ball. He's talking it over with Victor. He's going, dude, I just can't throw the ball any better than that. Nice ball by Jerry Martinez. He let the ball go, and Wes got up right away. He knew it was money. So Gideon makes a spare. Victor Mendoza goes, oh, he crosses over and carries the 5 out backwards. You got to like that for a double. Wes Malott crushes the pocket. So once again, his team tried to hang him. They tried to do that in frame 2, didn't work. Tried to do it in frame 5, didn't work. And John Pfeffer, lane 7, he's looking for frame 7, looking for a double. Lane 51. Couldn't quite get it to hold. 3-6-9. And Lamar Richardson, 4-7, barely makes it. He'll take it. That ball was hooking off the lane, but it held on just long enough to make that spare. Steve Villanueva, great shot for a double. Double spare, open double for Steve this game. John Pfeffer, nice. That's not an easy spare, especially on a sport veteran. 3-6-9 conversion. Good job. Randy Peterson, he liked it. He liked it. Gets a strike. Unfortunately, that bad break he got with that fast 8, he could have had 2 spares and a 5-bagger. So he's got 2 spares, 3-bagger, spare, strike. Can finish strong. Have a good game. Lazaro Palma, second player for Team Peterson, leaves the 3-9. And Floyd Toro left the 3-9, and he did not convert. Couldn't get the 9-pin in the back, so he's open. Will Drew crosses over. He leaves the 3-9. Seems to be the theme right now. Players are getting tired, too. Good shot by Leanne Holzenberg for a double. Liz Johnson leaves a 10 and makes the conversion.
I honestly don't understand how these bowlers can bowl so many games in these few days without having their arms fall off.
Well, it tells you a lot about their conditioning, and it also tells you a lot about how well their equipment is drilled to fit their hand. If your thumb isn't quite right, you can easily tear it up, get blisters, especially when you're bowling this many games. And on the only player that I've heard that basically tore his thumb open, and for the life of me now I can't think of his name, but it was a shame he had to pull out of 2 different events because he just couldn't get it to heal and just didn't feel comfortable with putting either crazy glue on it or that skin patch just didn't seem to help him. Gideon Spar, 1-3-6. Oh, and he chops the 1-3 off the 6. So unfortunately, Gideon open in frame 8. That'll slow that train down a little bit. Tom Fowler with an open. Wes Malott, mixer. Oh, almost left the 7-10. He got the 7 out at the last minute. That's a big break. And here's Lamar Richardson for Team Peterson. A 7-count frame 8, looking to make the spare conversion. Left a 3-6-10. Wes Malott, no problem with his 10-pin. And you'll see Lamar right there. Ooh, and he barely gets the ball to hold to take the 3 out. So let's see if Randy can keep that strike train going. He's up for frame 8 of the 3rd game. And, oh, John Pfeffer never gave it a chance. Misses the 10-pin by a bunch. Wow. Leanne Holzenberg almost left the big 4, kicked out the 6-10. Great break there. Steve Villanueva. Oh, he couldn't get the... He sent a pin across the deck, and I thought he was going to take out the 6-pin, but not to be. Randy Peterson went high and unfortunately leaves the 6-7-10. Ooh, Victor Mendoza high, leaves 4-7. 2 teams on the left are now in the 9th frame. And our 2 teams on the right are in the starting frame number 7, basically. So a couple frames behind. All right, Randy gets his 2 because he was on a strike. Good idea. Liz Johnson. Nice. Nice shot. So the leadoff bowler and the anchor bowler on Team Johnson strike. The 2 players in the middle, unfortunately, are open. And Victor Mendoza, good spare. He's leading off frame 9 for Team Johnson. Oh boy. Lamar Richardson looks like the 2-4-10. Will Druk mixes it luckily, only leaves it 2. Will's finishing game 3. He's up in the 10th for Team Peterson. Nice shot. Jerry Martinez for Team Malott converts to 6-7-10.
That's the second trick spare he's pulled off tonight.
Excellent. Good spare shooter, obviously, and obviously make a good percentage of split conversions right now. And Wes Malott responds with a strike. So they're through 7 frames. And Will Druk's team, Team Peterson, they're finished. They're starting to finish game frame number 10 for their third game. Gideon Spar for Team Johnson comes back with a strike in the 9th. Randy Peterson, mixer, can't get out to 7. Randy just can't get a break right now when he needs it. Great shot, Steve Villanueva. Will Druk crosses over another 5-9 on his count ball, so he's going to end up with 175. And I think in about 13 seconds, Will be fast asleep. That's a lot of bowling today for Will Druk. Floyd Toro, he gets a mixer but can't take out the 7. John Pfeffer leaving the 2-4-5. Randy going to take a bit of a timeout and reset himself for the 7-pin. Wow. He didn't think that ball was going to hold. He thought he gave that one away, and he was very lucky. Ooh, Floyd Toro, unfortunately. Ball hooked off the lane, missed the 7, and John Pfeffer couldn't convert to 2-4-5. He chopped it. So there's some key opens late in game 3 for every team here. Lazaro Palma couldn't get it in there. It's frame 10. He leaves the 2-7 baby split. Jerry Martinez a little high, just leaves the 6. Hey, Liz Johnson goes high, leaves a 6-9. Wasn't happy about that release. Oh, Lazaro flags both pins, open in the 10th. Okay, nice shot by Liz Johnson. Good shot by Pops Miguel on lane 58 for Team Holzenberg. Wes Malott, frame 8. Nice shot for a double. Victor Mendoza starts off the 10th frame with a stuffer. Leanne Holzenberg with a double. Here we go. They're going to fight tooth and nail all the way down to the end. And these games are very close. Ooh, Steve Villanueva, frame 9, 4-6-10. Gets his 2. Omar Richardson, spare. So he's going to throw his count, and then that's up to Randy Peterson to close it out for his team on lanes 49 and 50. Oh, Victor Mendoza crosses over and finishes out the last 3. Is that 189 or 169 for Victor?
Victor Mendoza, 168.
168. But wow, that 3-bagger at the end there is really going to help his team out, even though he struggled. Uh-oh. Lamar Richardson.
Got a 4-7-10.
Oh, thank God it was on his fill ball, though. Could have been a lot worse. But he only shoots 174. And Jerry Martinez crosses over for a strike for Team Malott. West gets a kick out of that. Gideon Spar, little light and late. 3-5-6. Randy Peterson, first ball on a 10th, great shot. Westmont with a pretty ugly strike, but he'll take it for a 3-bagger. Ooh, Gideon hooks past it, leaves a 5-pin, so unfortunately he's going to finish with, I believe, 189. Randy double in the 10th. Oh, okay. We just got a, in our live chat room, Susan S. Tells us that Liz Johnson is from Chicago now. Grew up in upstate New York, now living in Chicago, so the temperature is just about the same. Feels right at home.
Other side of the lake, though.
Yeah.
Instead of getting all the lake effect, you get to watch the lake effect.
Yeah, absolutely.
The only place worse, well, no, there is no place worse than like Western New York when it comes to lake effect. I was thinking Western Michigan is pretty bad.
It can be.
But
Yeah,
Buffalo gets snowed a lot more than Grand Rapids.
Yeah. All right, so what did Randy ends up shooting 214. So his team shoots 7, so that's 755.
They're just running away on the scratch points, though, but they have no handicap.
They shoot 24-23 with handicap.
Captain Liz Johnson is up. Final throw for her team.
Yeah, unfortunately, this could be their low game of the 3, which is not going to help her chances. And to make matters worse, big 4 in the 10th frame. That pretty much kills her chances of repeating.
You never know.
Take my word for it.
Oh, I do. I would actually like to see someone at some point pull off a big 4. I haven't seen it yet.
It's not a lot, but it happens. Let's see if she can give it a ride. No, goes for a 2.
So she's going to end up at even 200.
Even 200, and the team shoots an even 700. Scratch. So 786 with handicap. That's going to give them 24.02. So right now, Randy Peterson's team is the leader in the clubhouse. And looks like Team Malott and Team Holzenberg are just going to about finish at the same time. Team Holzenberg actually in the lead going into game 3. And there's Jerry Martinez for Team Malott. Hoping for a double, but leaves the 6-10. Pops Miguel finishes with a 9 count on a spare. And now we'll see Leanne Holzenberg finish for her team on frame lanes 57 and 58. And Jerry Martinez converts to 6-10. He'll get a fill ball, and then Wes Malott will finish. Wes on a 3-bagger going into the 10th. It could be the difference between first and second.
Leanne's also on a 3-bagger going in.
Correct. Well, never gave it a chance. Never got up. 1-2-5.
That looked like it kind of slid out from under her.
Yeah. Jerry Martinez, 4-6-10, but it was on his fill ball. So if you're going to do it, that's a great place to do that.
He ends up with 167.
They're probably the most consistent team out there, Scott. They shoot 769, 769. Again, these are scratch scores. And they're 738 going in the West.
Right.
Great shot. Great shot by West Malott.
Well, Leanne steps up to her final throw. She's on a spare right now in the 10th.
This will be their best game stretch. And she goes out in style. They're going to shoot 7:22 stretch for 8:34. We'll shoot 16:71, and they're the leaders. I'm sorry, 24:71, and they're the leaders going in. Now let's see if West Malott's team can overtake them. And he flags. Well, it was on a strike 9 miss, so not too bad. Ends up with 237. They shoot 7. Is that 786?
It is.
Their best game of the night with 37. They're going to shoot 8:23, 35. So your winners is Team Holzenberg, 24:71. Second place, West Malott's team at 24:35. Third place to Randy Peterson's team at 24:23. And Liz Johnson's team at 24:02. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us. That was an exciting team match. Team Holzenberg responds with a great, their best game of the night for game number 3 takes the title. And the 3 ABT amateur players are each going to win $1,000.
That's great.
So it's our 4 side events for Saturday here at the ABT Fall Nationals. Tomorrow is the big one, our main event featuring a $40,000 first place. We hope you'll come back and look in on us. We're thinking that the finals will be sometime in the 4 to 4:30 range. So on behalf of Scott Sledgister, Randy Peterson, Wes Malott, Liz Johnson, Leanne Holzenberg, I'm Nicholas Sorsa, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great evening. Thanks for watching.